And nobody asked for
This.
this at all. Not a single thing that they asked for. All right, are we ready? Rolling on all sides.
Wow.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Wow.
Wow.
Who would have thunk it?
Me.
We
You.
look like a bad Joseph A. Bank commercial is what we look like.
Yeah. We look like we should be singing something we don't.
What?
What?
That's what I thought.
Jazz.
We'd be great jazz musicians.
Yeah.
Musicians?
Magicians.
Magicians? What instrument can you play? Trumpet?
Not a bunch. Welcome to the Nobody Asked for This podcast.
Yeah, nobody asked for
This.
this at all. There's not a single thing did they ask for. My name's Ben Williams.
I'm Logan Crosby.
I'm a very, very, very wealthy songwriter.
Golly. No.
You gotta keep going. You do.
I'm Logan Crosby. I dance. I make TikTok videos in bikinis for a living.
If I did, I'd be richer than you. I'll tell you that, bud.
No,
They'd
I'm
love
a
it.
great actor. I'm a great singer. I've been on Claim to Fame. I'm a teenage heartthrob.
Don't ever say that again. Ever.
Sorry.
Please. It's okay. Don't be sorry. Just be careful. In all seriousness, I'm Logan Crosby,
And I'm Ben Williams.
and this is Nobody Asked for This,
Yes, it is.
the podcast
That nobody asked
that
for.
nobody asked for.
I'm so happy to
Did
be here
we-
with you, dude.
Did we even ask for this? I think we were in
Yeah.
a drunken stupor one night in Lake Oconee, Georgia, and we said we should start a podcast.
Well, the truth is, as people who are probably watching this know, is you are hilarious.
I don't know.
And you're extremely talented. And every time I hear you talk, or every time we're at the bar, or every time we're doing anything, I'm just like, Logan is so freaking funny. Why don't we just put a microphone in front of him somehow? And then I narcissistically inserted myself into the vision.
Phenomenal. And that's why we're here, to be frank with you, because if I wasn't going to do this by myself.
Yeah. Well, thanks to all these boys with us. The best.
Yes. Well, where should we start?
I think we should, since we mentioned the name of the podcast a few times, I think we should say why.
Yeah. Well, do you want to do it?
Yeah, well, we were sitting around at a drunken stupid, whatever you just said.
Drunken stupor. Not a drunk. What's a drunken stupa?
I
It's
don't
like
know.
a Uber. What are you talking
And we
about?
were with my beautiful wife, Bella Hudson, and her friend, Gracie Glass, and we were trying to come up with a name. And Gracie literally came up with this name because Logan and I talk so much. The last thing anybody wants us to do is talk more. So she was like, nobody asked for this. And then I think she was like, boom. And then you both had the flip on the idea of the name.
Yes. Okay. So we're gonna explain kind of how this is gonna work.
100%.
You.
You look fantastic, by the way.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You do too.
Oh, good.
You
I was
really
waiting
look,
for it.
You look great. What kind of shoes do you have on?
Bouletons.
Who?
Bouletons.
Louboutins?
Yeah.
Great.
They haven't sponsored yet, so I can't say it.
I don't think they're gonna sponsor
Me
it. I
neither.
don't think they need help. I'm gonna take some red paint, put it on the bottom of my shoes.
You should.
Say they're Louboutins.
You should. All right.
See, then this is what this podcast is going to be. A lot of us just, going down rabbit holes that we don't belong in. Anyways, so Nobody Asked for This is going to be a podcast that we're going to have on guests and ourselves, and we're going to get to know the guests better and allow y'all to know the guests better, and we're going to ask them questions that no one has ever asked them.
We're going to say some crazy shit. Like,
Yeah.
you're going to ask, we're going to ask, but mainly you, because I don't want to get in trouble. You can.
Wait,
Anyways,
wait,
no-
what?
no
What?
problem.
You just threw me under a
Nope,
bus.
absolutely not. There's no bus here. Anyways, we're going to ask questions that nobody's asked. I mean, we're going to have people on here, and we're going to name some names of people that we're going to have on here. And we're going to ask them questions that whenever they're on a podcast, that nobody has asked them.
Correct.
I think that's cool. I mean, there's so many podcasts out there and so many great podcasts. I'm a huge consumer of a podcast.
What's your favorite podcast?
I mean, Two Bears, One Cave, Bert Kreischer, Tom Segura. I watch it every Monday. I
Nice.
love that podcast. I listen to it while I run.
Wow.
Still
Beautiful.
run, if you can believe it or not. I can't move in this tux, but I can run.
I can't either. I've gained so much weight since your wedding.
Me
I
too.
mean, my God. Yeah, I tried to put this thing on. I felt like it was an Olympic sport.
Yeah. Should we talk about maybe one of a couple of the guests that we're having on, or should we save that for later?
I think we save it.
Okay.
I think that we keep them guessing.
But I'm really excited. I believe in the name. I believe in the concept. It's going to be so much fun, and obviously we're going to banter. We're going to probably drink a little bit.
Well, yeah, I mean, what are you drinking?
White wine, cupcake.
You're drinking
Shout out to
cupcake?
the Buy Right on Belmont Boulevard. I
Okay.
kind of quit drinking liquor.
Why?
My hangovers were just getting so bad. I'm getting older.
How old are you?
27.
For context. 20. Scott almighty, you're old as hell. Jesus Christ.
No.
Somebody get this man a pair of diapers.
I'm going to need them in about 45 minutes.
Why?
This
nope.
is gonna be,
Never mind.
Yep.
Yep, we're good.
Yep.
Okay, well, speaking of guests, though, let's talk about this. If you had a dream guest, who would it be? We're not going to reveal our guest. And I'm talking dream guest is in like somebody absolutely you'll never.
I mean, I would love Shane Gillis.
Yeah.
He's so much fun. I don't know if he would really like us a lot, but I really want him to.
Why would he not like us?
He's just a cool guy.
What the hell are you trying to say about us?
We're not cool guys.
Yeah, no, we look like we just walked out of a Gap commercial.
We did.
My dream guest would be I don't know. Adele.
RuPaul. What?
Who?
What?
Who?
RuPaul.
Oh, the drag race.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
We could get outfit inspirations.
You're so stupid. You're so stupid. I don't know who my dream guest is. Honestly,
Yes, you do.
Yeah, probably Ed Sheeran, Adele, Harry Styles, Benson
Harry
Boone.
Styles would be great.
He would never. He wouldn't understand what the hell we were saying.
For sure, especially you.
Okay, well,
Harry, do you want a cigarette?
and he'd say, "Yeah."
He'd be like, "Oh, what?"
A bloody what now? A cigarette?
He'd be
All right, let's keep on moving past this.
Yeah.
How did you meet me? I want to see if you remember.
I remember.
Yeah, tell me.
I was playing a show with Jimmy James, and Jimmy
Now,
James.
who is he?
So Jimmy James is a fictional character, but Jimmy James is a group of songwriters that I write with, and they're some of my best friends. It's Megan Maroney, the country artist, Micah Carpenter, and Mackenzie Carpenter, the other awesome country artist. And we call ourselves that because in one of our early songs we wrote called Nothing Crazy, it's all about dogs and babies, and at the end of it, we name them. Mm-hmm. And one of them, the names are Ella Grace and Jimmy James. What about Scout and Sadie? So we call ourselves
Can you sing that
Jimmy
for
James.
us, please?
What about Ella Grace and Jimmy James? What about Scout and Sadie?
That's beautiful.
You know, nothing.
Why haven't you gotten a
crazy.
record deal yet?
I don't know.
Okay,
It's
anyways.
too good. They don't sign record people.
Yeah. All right, back.
Anyways.
Sorry.
So we had around Jimmy James, and Logan went on the road with Megan a few times now, which we'll talk about in all of these episodes and all of our talks. But you came to that show that night, and I was backstage with Mike after that show, and he said, "What are you doing tomorrow?" And I was like, "I was doing a different write." And he said that you were writing with him, and I was like, "I've been wanting to meet Logan. We had never met." And so he was like, "Well, hop on if you want." And I literally canceled my write and hopped on just so we could hang. And then that day we hung.
We hanged?
We hoo-hawed.
Yeah.
And then what? Hung, hoo-hawed. And then we wrote a great song that day.
What was it called?
Everybody's Drunk.
Phenomenal
Just
song.
Very true to us. It was a great
Yeah.
song. If you haven't listened to it, Everybody's Drunk, Logan Crosby. And we had a great day.
Yeah.
And then after that day, I didn't see you until the story we might be telling today.
Yeah, we'll tell the story.
Yeah. Is that true? That's pretty
I
much
think
play
that's
by
really
play,
it.
right?
Yeah. January 13th.
Oh,
It was my sister's birthday. That's the only reason I remember.
mm,
Not 'cause
yeah, okay.
well, it was. You can Google
I
that.
think you're in love with me.
Think I'm in love with you. Was that funny?
I don't know.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, no, I think that's how we met. Well, I know that's how we
It's
met.
definitely how
And
we
then kind of since then, we've just been buddies.
Mm-hmm. We've been buddies. We've done a lot of stuff together.
Yeah, legal and illegal.
Yeah, illegal. I don't
Yeah.
know if we'll talk about a lot of that, but we
Well,
might.
no, we don't. I don't know. I don't have enough money to afford a great attorney.
I'm not.
Shout
spending
out to my attorney.
it. Yeah.
See,
same.
attorneys. I have multiple.
Should we just tell the New York story? It's such a part of our friendship.
All right. It was the year of our Lord 2023,
I think it was 2023.
March of 2023,
Mhm.
and the Jonas Brothers
Yep.
were the best brothers, frankly.
Mhm.
Were playing in New York City.
Yeah.
And I hit up Kevin and I said, Kevin.
Because of the backstory, claim to fame.
Yeah, I was on a TV show. Claim to Fame. You can't watch it. They took it off Hulu. Anyways, I said, hey, Kevin, I want to come to the show. And so we went to New York City. We flew in. I got to your house.
I remember where I was when you called me.
Where?
Because I was at Sam Bergeson. I was at Sam's house, and you were calling me. And I was like, why is he calling me? I haven't talked to him in so long. And I answered, or not so long. I just hadn't talked to you. And then you called me, and you're like, hey, do you want to go to New York City?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, when? You're like, tomorrow? I don't remember how soon it was. And I was like, sure.
2 days.
I was, sure, why not? And we hadn't even We really had only hung out that one time.
Yeah.
So you got to my house.
And I'd never been to New York at that point.
And I bought about 4 to 7 whiskey shots.
Yeah, it was Jameson because it was St. Patrick's Day.
Yep. For
And
us on the way to the airport.
Yeah, we got to the airport.
In the morning.
Yeah. Well, it was probably 10:30 in the morning.
Yeah, so
we got to the airport. I'm going to bust out of this suit in a minute.
Me too.
We got to the airport. We got on the plane. Last one's on the plane. And I start walking, and I don't see any seats that are empty. And there's one empty seat on the front row. And I said, well, that's probably somebody's seat. I walked all the way to the back. And
I walked with you.
Yeah, and there was one seat in the back, and then you turned around and left me and went all the way to the front. And guess who paid for the tickets?
I was in the first row.
Yeah, I know you were, and I was in the last one, and I was the one that paid for it. So I got the shit end of that stick.
Yeah.
Anyways, then we landed in New York. We had some drinks on the plane.
Oh, I got kind of buzzed on the plane, and I was sitting next to a mom and a daughter. For some reason, I was in the middle of them. And the daughter was young, and I was buzzed, and all of a sudden, she was like, what do you do for a living, whatever? And I was like, oh, music, whatever. You written anything I know? Maybe. And I told them, and then they're like, oh my God, whatever. And then she was like, well,
did they do it just like you just
exactly.
did? Exactly.
And then all of a sudden, I started giving life advice.
To the daughter?
At about 10:45 a.m. with a buzz on.
What did you tell her?
Happy birthday or something?
You didn't say chase your dreams?
No, of course.
Start a podcast?
I said chase your dreams. Follow Logan Crosby. Are you related to anybody famous, or you're not going to get on a TV show?
That's it. It's nepotism at this point. I'm the product of
Okay,
nepotism.
so we land.
We go to this hotel.
We only have 16 hours there.
Yeah.
18 hours.
We go to the hotel, which was, I don't know where it was, but it was in Times Square, and it was the worst hotel I've ever stayed in my life.
You walk into it, and it was nice, but it was not nice. You know one of those places?
It felt like something from, what's that movie with the 2 twin girls standing at the end of the hallway, that hotel? The Shining.
The Miley, sorry, what?
It was like watching an episode, or the movie The Shining.
Yeah.
And we walk in, we get to the hotel room, and it was so terrible. I said, well, we've got to leave. So we went and found an Irish bar.
Well, we checked in, and then.
Well, yeah, I mean, I didn't just walk into a room unaccompanied. Yeah. That's how, that's called vandalism, I think, at least in some places. Anyways, so we go to this Irish bar, and we sit down, and you said, I want an Irish car bomb. And I said, I don't know what that is, but it's not good. And I just was like, well, I'll just take a Miller Lite. And so we started drinking. We go to the show. Somehow we end up in a room that we probably shouldn't have been
Friends
in.
and family room.
Friends and family room with all these agents and managers, and just, it was insane. And I was like,
and we're rolling.
I mean, I'm hammered. I'm hammered to the wall.
I've had car bombs, like 3-4 car bombs. And for people who don't know what a car bomb is, it is a Guinness, half of a Guinness, a little bit of whiskey and Jameson in the whiskey shot. I mean, it's a lot.
It's whiskey. It's like if whiskey slept with whiskey.
Yeah, pretty much. And then they made a milkshake.
Somebody's gonna write that song.
Yeah, you're right, probably.
Whiskey,
but it curdles, like it curdles in your stomach.
Disgusting.
So, long story short, we're in this green room, and it's turning into a brown room pretty fast. And we're hanging out.
What does that mean?
Nothing. You can take what you want.
Okay.
And we're sitting there, and all of a sudden, we start going outside. But then the security guard
walks up, and he was. I think at some point they were like, hey, watch this guy. Talking about me, which I'm like, don't nobody know me here. And we were talking to the security guard, and we said, do you want to take a shot? He said, well, I can't, but y'all can. And at that point, the bartender had left. Well, we jumped behind the bar, and all they had was scotch.
So we took a shot.
Because we drank everything else in that bar. Sorry to the Jonas Brothers. Y'all made plenty of money.
Guys.
It's not a big deal, but if you want to invoice me, I'm not going to pay it.
Yeah. Same.
We took the shot of scotch, and we look at that guy, and we go, so what's your story? And he said, I used to be a bodyguard on Maury, and we lost it. You are not the father! And we said
We're dancing with him.
I mean,
so we got him to do a shot, by the way.
We did?
Totally.
I don't remember anything
I poured
about
it down his throat, so we did. Anyways, we left there, we're hammered drunk. We go to that diner with the Jonas Brothers.
I walked through Times Square with a wig.
You walked through Times Square with a wig. Then we went to a diner with the Jonas Brothers, and literally, no joke, there's fans pressed up against the walls, like against the windows, and it's me, Logan, the Jonas Brothers, and their families, and we are swaying in our stool seats.
I had to go to the bathroom and pull trig.
I had about 4 omelets while you were doing that.
Well,
I can't fit in this suit.
That's what happened to my food. Yeah, I had to go pull trig in the bathroom. Yeah. I know that's terrible to say.
So we're there, but we're hanging out.
We're never going to get invited back to a Jonas Brothers
Yes,
show.
we are.
I opened for them.
You're
so
right.
Like
we're absolutely not.
Okay.
Yeah, we can. So then we leave there, And then we meet up with your family.
We met up with my cousins that were in New York to watch John Mayer at a hookah bar.
At a hookah bar? So now all of a sudden, we've gone from plain drunk advice to a child, happy birthday, to the hotel,
bad hotel,
Irish car
bombs,
to backstage, Maury. You are not
You're
the
not
father.
the father. To wigs, to diners, to hookah bars.
To hooker bars.
Hooker bar?
Who? Anyways. Then we're doing hookah.
You should run for president.
You should run for president.
Okay, anyways.
So then we leave there.
Uh-huh.
And then
I need a dip.
You need a dip.
I needed to find
and
dip.
He's never been
I've never
to
been
New York.
City. I've never been north of Kentucky at this point.
Yeah, so we're far away from
And
home.
I'm just like, where's the dip? And they're like, well, we don't have dip.
And I go, it's probably in a bodega. And he goes, what's a bodega?
I'd never heard of one.
Yeah, I still don't think you know what they are. And anyways, so we find a bodega, but turns out it's just a weed store.
It's a weed store. It's a weed store with Gatorade. And you said a bodega. I said, well, I didn't know the bodegas had marijuana leaves on them. So we walk in there. I said, sir, do you have any dip? And he said, no, but I have weed. I said, well, I
thought you got dip there.
I got those little nicotine pouches, which I do now.
And I got weed.
You got weed. He said, do you want weed? I said, no, I'm a child of God.
Yeah, true.
I'm not going to do that.
So then we leave there.
And then we decided it is 3:30.
This is the story.
It's 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Everybody's asleep.
Everybody.
Even New York City's asleep.
The city that never sleeps is slumbering.
They're out like
Dreaming.
a light. And we're walking down the street back to our hotel. And Ben goes, there's a bar, let's go. So me and Ben...
No, I was one more Irish car bomb.
Yeah, that's what you
wanted.
One
more.
You said, yeah, one more drink. I said, cool. So we walk in this bar. And Ben orders an Irish car bomb. And I order a Miller Lite. And we walk to this corner.
Mm-hmm.
And this man comes over to Ben.
They're dancing.
We're all having
fun bar.
Yeah, it was fun.
But we're definitely in the corner.
Yeah. And this man comes over to Ben and grabs him by the wrist and points at me and he goes, is that your husband? And Ben looks at me and he goes, we're in a gay bar. And about that time I looked up on the stage and they were doing
a gay bar, but just didn't know.
Yeah, we didn't know. I don't even know what the name of it was.
Yes, we do.
I don't think that was the name of it.
100%
The Twisted Fiddler?
Yep, that was the name of it. And we should have known.
I just know that we walked out of there and we left because I guess you just weren't comfortable having a man.
Well, the curdles were curdling.
A man grab your wrist.
Well, that's fine.
Oh, okay. Well, then we got back to the hotel room.
Oh, yes. We got back to the hotel room.
That's the time Ben Williams dragged me into a gay bar in New York City.
Yeah.
I've never been
That's the story. That's the truth is we met after that show and we wrote a song. But that is the true story of how we became buddies. Mm-hmm. Was that 16 to 18,
well, that's the night
hours.
that you fell in the hallway trying to get your chopped cheese.
Yeah. So anybody who goes to New York City knows from a bodega, you got to get a chopped cheese. Chopped cheese is a New York thing. So I'm on the Uber Eats, Ubering chopped cheese because I'm hungry. I've smoked a little something, and I give you the weed pen while I'm gone.
My mother watches this.
Well, here's the thing. I can tell your mother, who I love you. Tell your mom I love her, man. Anyways. I literally am stumbling in the hallway. Logan's fine when I leave the room. I get chopped cheese, which I've got 3 of them, so I could have 2 and he could have 1. I get back to the room. I walk in, and you go like this to me. Where you been?
I don't. We're gonna stop the story there because it may be incriminating. Let me tell you this. I've
and then he fell asleep, and I ate 3 chopped cheeses.
Yeah, I know because I woke up the next morning and wanted one of you. I said, "Where is it?" You said, "My belly." Hell. Yeah. Oh. And then we finally found dip, and then we left, and we get to LaGuardia. Yeah. Somehow we get there, we're gonna be late. There's no way in hell we're gonna get there. I get in the line. The first person I see is my cousin that we were at the hookah bar with, and I was like, "Well, he lives." And then we go to the gate. They're like, "Last call for Ben Williams and Bradley Crosby," and so we're running, and we get on the plane. There's 2 seats left, like first 3 rows. You sit in one.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about this.
I go to sit in the other, and I tap the lady on the shoulder.
And you were funding this trip.
Yeah, of course, yeah. I tap the lady on the shoulder, and I turn around. It's my business manager.
Swear
and I sat down,
to God.
And all I said to her was, I am so sorry. And then I fell asleep on her shoulder and drooled on her. Sorry, Catherine. There's no way they're going to keep me around for another, year. So.
No, she's great.
She's great.
That's such a good. I love rehashing that. That's such a fun. We have so many fun memories. We'll talk about a lot of them.
Yeah. Oh no, we will for sure.
You know what? Since that's such a funny story, maybe we should pivot to some of our since this podcast, obviously Logan and I want to be funny. We want to make you guys laugh. He makes me laugh every day.
Oh, that's
so
the kind of
so
thing
we
you
want to
never
be
said
funny,
to
but
me.
we also want to, take some parts seriously, especially with the nobody asked part of this podcast. Should we go? We said we were going to ask each other a deeper question before we go into the next questions. I can start. You can start. We can share.
You start.
Okay, I'll start. I was thinking about this, and it was interesting because
Don't make me cry.
it's not going to make you cry.
I went to therapy this morning. I'm not well.
You're fine. Drink your drink.
Okay.
Anyways, I was thinking about this because it's interesting. So Logan is from a town called Milledgeville, Georgia, which is a great place. I've been there. My parents live about 45 minutes from there. It is awesome. We love Milledgeville. We love going there.
Yes.
My bachelor party was there not too long ago. We went to Duke's. We shut the place down. I love Milledgeville, Georgia. At this time, Logan was 22, 23 when you went to Claim to Fame.
21.
You were 21.
Yeah.
So they filmed Claim to Fame in L.A., and I was just so curious. Like, honestly, coming from Milledgeville, which is, again, a great place, but a very small town.
Mm-hmm.
A very small community. Everybody knows everybody. It's, it's a small town in Georgia. Going to L.A. to not only be on Claim to Fame, but to be a singer, and you had all these big dreams. You have all these big dreams. What was that like, going from Milledgeville at 21 to L.A., when it's such a different culture. It's such a culture shock. It's so far from home. I'm sure that was fun and tough and scary. I felt the same way when I moved to Nashville.
It was the single scariest thing I've ever done in my life.
Yeah.
I'd never been west of Auburn, Alabama.
Right.
And for them to put me on a, that's not funny.
It was funny.
For them to put me on a Delta flight with a guitar and a suitcase. My aunt's a flight attendant. I'd been to an airport one time in my life.
Wow.
I'm FaceTiming.
Was that the first time you flew?
Second?
Wow.
Yeah, first time was to DC on 8th grade trip. Didn't say anything.
That doesn't count.
Anyways, I get to the airport and I'm FaceTiming my aunt. Shout out Connie. And I'm like, "Where do you go?" She said, "Hey, it is 6 a.m. Can you read?" I said, "Well, not well. I wanted to be a lawyer, and now I'm doing this because I can't be."
Yeah.
And she was like, "Just look up. Look up." I don't know what's about to fall.
Me neither.
The set's about to break.
It's okay.
It's okay. We made it.
Yeah.
She was like, "Just look at the sign and just follow it." And so I did, and finally I get there.
At the baggage claim.
No, bitch, I just got into the airport.
Yeah, okay.
I get on the plane, I fly out there. I get in this real nice Escalade, picks me up from the airport, and they're taking me to Studio City. I don't know. I can't talk about some of this. I've signed an NDA.
Okay.
Anyways, and the guy, again, I don't know what's going on. So I'm, pointing out windows. What is that? What is this? What is that? And we finally pull up to a red light, and I pointed at a building. I said, "What is that?" And the guy said, "An apartment complex."
For real?
Yeah. I said, "Well, they don't make them that tall where I'm from."
Yeah.
I was like, "We only have duplexes and trailers."
Yeah.
And he was like, "A what?" I said, "Just keep driving."
Yeah.
But it was great. Obviously, it changed my life.
For
it
sure.
changed everything about who I was as a person. I understand the world so much. Because when you never leave the South, and I'm just going to be frank with you, you hear about L.A. and it's like, oh, it's just all those pot-smoking hippies. I met some of my best friends live in L.A.
For sure. And you were also so close with your family.
Yeah.
And that's far away to be away from them,
Yeah, and we
too.
didn't have
and
our-
young.
We didn't have our phones. We couldn't talk, to anybody. I think we could make one phone call a week. So on Sundays we would, make a phone call.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. But yeah, it was the scariest thing I ever did, but it's the best thing I ever did. Just to take the jump of, hey,
I've felt like that my whole life. The things that, and obviously you don't realize that until after.
Right.
But the scariest things, the most, I'm going to go for this, and you know what, there's no plan B, but I'm just going to go. Mm-hmm. Those are always the most rewarding.
Correct.
And even if it doesn't result in direct success or whatever, that is the most rewarding thing, is when you go, you know what, I'm going for this. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what you did.
Correct.
And I think it changed your life in every way.
Every way. I would have never moved here. I would have never wrote songs. I would have never, done the things I did.
That's awesome.
Obviously, with the show being in LA, it's like, and the point of the show, for anybody that's listening that doesn't know, is like, there's 12 people. We live in a house. We're all related to a celebrity. Mm-hmm. My second cousin is Jason Aldean, and that was the point of the show.
Was trying to guess who your family
each
member
other
is.
was. And I was on TV with people, with Chuck Norris's grandson.
Massively
He was
famous.
my roommate, and Laverne Cox's twin brother, and Al Sharpton's daughter, and Simone Biles' sister, and Keke Palmer's sister ended up winning.
I really hope they put it back up because
I
it
hope
was
they do
so
too. It's
good.
such a good season, and they took it off for whatever reason. But at some point.
Yeah.
But like I said, it changed my life. But it was scary. But again, I mean, it's the best thing I've ever done.
Mhm.
So my question to you is this, because I've experienced this a little bit.
Did you write this down or are you thinking about it?
Huh?
Did you write this down earlier?
No, I'm pulling this out of my ass.
Okay.
But it's a good question.
Yeah.
When I went to my parents and I told them, hey, I want to not take the route of a 9-to-5 and I don't want to be a lawyer anymore. I want to go write songs and do this thing. They were very supportive.
Mm-hmm.
When you went to your parents and you told them, hey, I'm leaving California and moving to Tennessee to go to Belmont and I want to write songs for a living, how did they take that?
Great question. First off, my mom was everybody was so supportive. But my mom, being from Nashville, was stoked.
Yeah.
And we'd known the area, so it honestly felt like I was coming to my second home. So it wasn't, the jump wasn't scary, but the jump of making hey, I'm going to write songs for a living. And when somebody went, what does that look like? Not having an answer.
Right.
Is crazy. Just being like, I'm going to make this work is a crazy thing to tell somebody.
Well, also, before you go too far, and not to interrupt you, I mean, everybody that's listening to this, Ben Williams is one of the most accomplished young songwriters in Nashville. There's no doubt about it. He's got all kinds of great, massive hits. Very talented guy. Tell the listeners some of the songs that you've written.
Well, I've written a lot of songs with Megan Maroney. We wrote Tennessee Orange together, I'm Not Pretty together, Now 6 months later together, You Had to Be There, the Kenny Chesney duet together, Indifferent together, Avery Ann and Narcissist, all of her songs together.
And that was your first big...
Narcissist was my first platinum record.
Okay.
And then Dierks Bentley, Miranda Lambert duet, Kane Brown, Walker Hayes duet now. I mean, Chris Lane songs, Parmley songs, just so much stuff that I'm so grateful for.
Yeah.
Which is, it's awesome when you ask that question now to think back about that. But they were very supportive, but it was a jump. And it was a process of, hey, what's going on? Is this going to work? I mean, I remember being at Thanksgivings were always the reminder to me of getting to Thanksgiving and being like, how's it going? It's like, I'm waiting tables, but something's gonna pop.
Right.
Or I'm interning, something's gonna pop. But they were definitely supportive. But it was just an unknown. And I think as it being an unknown is the best part about that, because when you're in a position of basically not knowing where you're gonna go or not knowing how you're gonna eat or what, that is the period of tenacity.
Yes.
I don't think there's a position you can be in where you want to work harder than when you want to prove somebody wrong. And it's not saying I want to prove my parents wrong because they believed in me, but I was like, I wanted to prove that this wasn't just a crazy thought I had. And I think this is like, as we're getting into like this is, I love this question, or when somebody goes, well, my plan B is this, or my plan B is that. I think the best plan A you can have, and I know you agree with this, the best plan A you can have is no plan B.
Correct.
Because if you have a plan B, you're already halfway giving up. And that was something that I just remember telling my parents is in moments of doubt, which I know they didn't doubt me or my character, but just they were doubting how I was going to support myself.
Yeah.
Which is a fair thing. If I'm a parent, I'm going to be like, well, how are you eating tonight?
Right.
Let me know if I need to help you.
Yes.
And I remember and them being like, well, what if you do this or do that and do that? And I'd be like, guys, no, I would much rather not be able to do anything and go for everything.
Yeah, no, I mean, there was a time, and you saw me while I lived through this, and we'll talk about it at some point further on down the road, but when I was having a lot of, not problems, but a couple months ago, almost a year ago now, it was like, should I still be here?
Right.
Why am I doing this? I don't have any
Which
money.
happens at all levels of everything.
Everything, from the bottom to the top. And it's just, I don't know. And I remember going home for Christmas break last year and laying on the floor of my childhood home and crying. And I was like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. Yeah. And my mom goes, well, why don't you just move home? And I remember sitting up and being like, bitch, that's the craziest shit I've ever heard you say in your life. I ain't moving home.
No way.
And I just like
I
packed my shit up a couple weeks later and went back to Nashville, and here we are. But
for sure.
yeah, I mean, and we have so different of stories. Me as an artist, you as a songwriter, but
For sure.
You know, I think
Which is what makes this also even more fun.
Yeah, and we see, you know, not just songs and music and the industry in a different light, but like just life in a different light.
100%.
And so, yeah, but when I told my parents, I was like, hey, I'm going to go do this, like, I already had something set up, right? Like, I left school, went on Claim to Fame. When it came out, it was on TV. My parents, we'd go somewhere
you
to eat.
You had a sense of notoriety already, too.
Correct. We'd go somewhere to eat, or we'd go somewhere as a family, and people would stop and ask for pictures, or we loved you on the show. And so, like, I think they saw it working really quick, so they didn't have as much doubt, right? And then first show I ever played with Megan Maroney, my first tour I ever got on was 3,000 people out in Statesboro, Georgia. So it's like, my parents are like, okay, well, this is
going to work.
You know, but then with that I started at such a high,
100%,
and I've hit such lows, and then I've also opened for the Jonas Brothers in a different country, which is my parents,
which you also manifested. Cool. That's by the way, backpedal. That's why we went to the Jonas Brothers show.
Yes,
was you hoping that could come true?
I was like, I'm going to open for the Jonas Brothers,
and look at you.
And you were like, you may be the only person in the whole world crazy enough to say yes to all the crazy shit I say.
Of course.
I was like, I'm going to open for the Jonas Brothers. And you're just like, probably in your head, you're like, yeah, this.
Buddy, we're in a
spell
universe.
Jonas.
We got to say it.
You know?
JEWNOS.
Love it.
Right?
Where'd you go to school?
Here.
Pegram?
Homeschool.
Sorry.
Anyways.
Well, hey, that's great. I like this.
Yeah, I like that too. That's one thing about this podcast that I'm really excited about is it's gonna be funny as hell. Y'all know that. I mean, Logan is here, but we're gonna talk about some stuff. And the thing is it's not just because we're sitting here wanting to talk about this stuff. We've been buddies for 4 years now. We've had deep conversations every other week.
Right.
It's just not been on camera.
Right.
And I think that's something when you come to listen to us where you're gonna really get it all. You're gonna laugh and you might cry, but hopefully not a lot. But
I mean, I'll probably cry at some point. Hell,
you'll definitely cry.
You know.
Yeah.
Well,
should we talk about some guests? Should we save the guests? Should we go to the questions?
Should we
take a shot?
I don't want to take a shot.
Me neither.
Let's not talk about the guests. Let's make it a surprise.
Yeah.
I mean,
we have some. We'll just tell you.
We'll start doing.
We have some crazy guests.
Follow us on Instagram.
Please. Nobody asked for this.
Nobody.ask.for.this._podcast. Pod.
Yeah.
I don't know. I created it. Here's the other thing, too, about this. Me and Ben Williams have been talking about doing a podcast for 2 years. Me and Ben Williams, 2 Fridays ago. No, last Friday. Hell, I don't know. Whenever. What day is it?
I don't know.
Doesn't matter. We went to well, I'm not going to say where we go because we can't give our place away.
But at some point we will.
Anyways, we went to this bar, and I hadn't eaten all day. I don't know if you had eaten all day, but I had one Moscow Mule, and the next thing I know, I look down at my phone, and I have created an Instagram called Nobody Asked for This, the podcast, and I said, Ben, come here, take a selfie, and I did, and then I just put it into the world. I was like, podcast coming soon, and here we are. Just a couple days later.
Which we should, and we really have been thinking about it. But anyways, we have guests lined up through the next 3 or 4 seasons.
So many.
And you guys are going to love it in so many different fields, of so many different industries. And
I've got
so
a
many
buddy
good
that's
people.
an electrician that's coming on here.
Oh.
And you know what he does in his free time?
We have the
taxidermy deers.
Like, this is the thing, is we're going to have the most famous people on this podcast. And we're going to have him. And we're going to have our moms. It's going to be fun. Where I'm going to have my wife, the beautiful Bella Hudson, the beast.
Woo!
Bella Hudson, the best. So it's going to be a blast.
Did you just say the beast?
Yeah, she's a beast. She crushes everything she tries to do.
Okay. I didn't know if you meant she bites.
No. She doesn't bite. Oh, maybe I'm the beast, but she's the beauty at least. So.
God, you're such a songwriter.
All right, I'm going to ask you some questions now.
Okay.
I think we should get there.
Yeah.
Let's ask some questions, the fun ones.
Let's pop
some champagne and be happy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And drive around in cool cars.
That's
because we look like James Dean and Dean Martin. I don't know. Also, I have a bone to pick with you.
What?
This shit right here, this Tennessee Volunteers Shotski, it's got to go.
We put it right behind you on purpose.
It's got to go. I'm a Georgia Bulldog.
Hey, we should talk about a current event that happened today.
Taylor Swift got engaged to Travis Kelce. And here's the thing about
We have all these beautiful pictures of us edited together, which is hilarious.
That's when you got engaged, apparently.
Yeah, anybody who gets tattooed on this.
Zoom in on that.
Anybody who gets tattooed one of these pictures on themselves gets to come to the bar with us.
No, if somebody gets a tattoo, there's people that already have my lyrics tattooed on them.
I'm talking
if somebody
a picture.
Gets a picture of me and Ben Williams tattooed on them, I will give you personally $1,000 cash.
No, because they'll do it.
Okay, I'll give you no cash.
They're coming to the bar.
But you can come. No, they can come be a guest on the podcast.
They can be a guest.
And then they have to stay at your house.
That's fine.
And then I'm going to leave because I don't know them. So have fun.
What's the bone to pick?
This son of a bitch right here. I don't want Tennessee Volunteers
right.
Shotsky behind me.
That's crazy.
And if you're a Tennessee Volunteers fan and that upsets you, I don't care.
Well, he's a Georgia fan.
I do not care.
We can move.
Go Dogs.
We can move
whooped
it
y'all's
over.
ass the last couple of years. Also, I'm so ready for college football, by the way. It
Me
starts
too.
This
weekend.
I mean, my God, I
can't
could
wait.
I could bite somebody on the damn.
I could drink a margarita at a Mexican restaurant.
I could smoke a
I could
cigarette.
eat a fajita. That's so funny that you just said that word because my first question out of my 5, we're going to do 5 rapid questions, was what's your best hangover relief? And then comma, I wrote cigarette right next to it because I knew you would say you go out on your front porch, you drank what you drank last night, and you have a cigarette.
All right, let's start asking questions.
That's the question.
Best
Number
hangover
1,
relief?
Best hangover relief.
A half of a Coke.
Regular
Coke, not diet, even
Can't.
though I love Diet Coke. Half of a regular Coke. I always do a cup of coffee, a cigarette, and listen to this. This is going to sound crazy. A king-size bag of peanut M&Ms.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. And now I have a pool, so I just go jump in the pool.
True.
Which is,
with the M&Ms?
In my stomach, yeah.
Oh, you don't like eat them while you're in the pool?
No.
But if you smoked a cigarette while you're in the pool, that would be great.
I would get fined.
Yeah, it'd be great. Oh, true. Yeah, you're in
But
the
I would do. I mean, honestly, who's looking?
Okay, next is, let me look. Oh, I love this question. When was the first time you came up with "Tell Your Mama I Love Her" by? But do you want me to explain it or do you want to explain it? For people who don't know Logan Crosby, Logan's slogan is, at the end of his videos on social media, he goes, "Tell your mama I love her, bye." And it's awesome. And it's his merch and it's so badass. So how did that happen?
It was a mistake. I was in college and I didn't know, and I still don't know how to use TikTok. No, I really don't. And I would sit my phone up on my windowsill and I would play cover songs, and I didn't realize that you could stop the video. I thought you had to use all 60 seconds or 10 minutes or whatever it was. So I'd use the whole thing every time.
No way.
Yeah, I wasn't literate in social media, and I'm still not. That's why I created
But
this
knowing
podcast.
you, that's so good because you have so much to say.
Right, but I finished playing a song, and there was like 10 seconds left, and I was like, tell your mama I love her, bye. And then it ran out, and everybody was commenting, tell your mama I love her, tell your mama I love her, and then that's just become the thing.
Wow, so it wasn't anything you heard anybody say.
No, people are like, oh, you probably paid a lot of money to have somebody in a cubicle in New York City come up with that, and I'm like, no.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, they think it's like a brand. I branded myself that way. I didn't. I was just a college kid that didn't know. But like, for example, my grandmother, shout out Kay, was in the hospital a couple weeks ago getting some tests run.
So glad you're fine.
Yeah, she's not going to listen to this.
Well, anyways.
She doesn't have an iPhone. She buys minutes from
Cricket Wireless sponsor us.
I don't even know what it is. Anyways, I kind of want a flip phone though because I think it's badass to like flip that son bitch shut when you get mad at somebody. Anyways, side note, she was getting some tests done, and the nurse was talking to her, and she was like, well, do you have grandkids? She's like, yeah, I have a granddaughter in nursing school. Shout out to my sister. Don't get sick in Georgia, please, because I don't trust that bitch with the needle. Anyways, love her, and if anybody else calls her a bitch, I'll kill you.
Yeah,
can I say that? I don't know.
She's great.
Did. Bleep it out. Bleep it out. Anyways.
We love you, AK.
And, but she said, and my grandson's a singer. And she's like, oh, who is it? And she said, Logan Crosby. And the nurse was like, no way. Everybody on the floor of this hospital, when we leave our shift, we say, tell your mama I love her. Because we watch the videos.
Way.
So it's become a lot bigger than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
But it was a mistake. That's how I came up with it.
All right, I love it. All right, I got three quicker ones.
Okay.
Favorite ice cream?
Oh, cookies and cream.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I like that.
Napoleon.
This is a pretty good one. This is a
that.
really simple one. Why can't you ride a bike or swim?
So first and foremost, fuck you for that. I didn't know you were going to cut me off at the knees on the first episode.
Logan can't ride a bike or swim.
Yeah, okay, they know, because you just asked the question. You don't have to say it again, asshole. How many times are you going to bring it up?
I'll just tell you guys right now.
Shut up!
We're going to teach Logan how to ride a bike, and it's going to be either some sort of thing on this podcast or it's going to be content or something, but I'm going to teach him how to ride a bike, and we will start with a tricycle. Anyways.
I can ride a trike.
Next question.
Well, no, let me talk. Okay. No, it's fine. Just go ahead.
Yep, because you can't.
I know what I'm going to talk about in therapy next week.
All right. Least and favorite tattoo?
Ooh.
I know my favorite of yours.
Well, what
but
is
you
it?
can go first.
What is it?
Well, I remember this because it was one of your first tattoos. You went and got a big ship right here on your shoulder.
I'm going to quit.
And he came over and he was like, look how cool this tattoo I just got was. And I went, you got a ship on your shoulder? And he went, I fucking hate you. But it wasn't like the way that he just said it when he was joking, kind of, because he can't ride a bike or swim or walk or really anything that takes coordination. But
it's because I have little feet.
But he had just spent hours getting a tattoo.
4 hours.
4 hours and for his whole life. And he goes, what do you think? It's so cool, right? I'm like, you have a ship on your shoulder?
And I looked at him, I said, Ben Williams, fuck you.
But he meant it. You still have a ship on your shoulder. Anyways.
My favorite is probably, it's probably the new one I just got. The one that says mom.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Don't laugh at that. Everybody behind the cameras. That's not funny. I love my mom.
I love your mom too. She will be on this podcast.
Yeah, she will. That or the ship. I got the ship for my dad because when I was a kid, I told him that I wanted to be a pirate. Don't laugh at this.
I'm
this
not.
Is for real.
I'm really trying.
Don't laugh at this.
I love your dad, Todd. Love you.
He's great, but I told my dad I wanted to be a pirate, and he went to Lowe's the next day and he bought a bunch of wood and he built me a pirate ship in the backyard.
Aww,
and so it's a reminder to chase your dreams,
and
support
so
the people around you. So that's those two are probably my favorite. Least favorite, I don't know, probably
they're all good.
Well, the one that hurt the most was the one on my elbow.
Oof.
Yeah, I about passed out. I looked at that man.
The wiener right on your elbow?
The what?
The wiener?
It's
the wiener you have on your elbow?
I don't have a wiener on my elbow, but the elbow is called a weenus. Did you know that?
No.
That's the only thing I learned in biology.
Wow.
Yeah. Is that it?
That's 5.
Okay. Well, here's
I'm
my
glad
5
you prepared.
To you. I'm brilliant. Einstein had a son, and it's me. Watch how quick this is. If you had to build, don't
clip
laugh.
it.
Yeah.
Clip it.
If you had to build a strip mall with 5 stores in it, what 5 stores would be in there?
Oh, that's a great question. Can they all be food related?
It can be anything. It's your strip mall.
Taco Bell, Panda Express, McDonald's, In-N-Out Burger, and Fabletics, because that discount is crazy.
Damn, big back.
That was the best. Well,
you can.
I might X McDonald's and go Popeyes.
Really?
I don't know. Can it be 6?
No. I'm the mayor. You're the builder. I'm giving you 5, and those are your 5. You got to lock it in.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. If you had to go on a road trip to...
Now I totally understand why I can't stand in this tux, by the way, because of that answer.
Yeah. Well, I haven't ate today, so I'm just taking...
Yes, you did. I made you a
made
grilled
me a
cheese right before we started.
It was burn as hell.
And did you eat it?
Yeah, because I had to eat something. Have you ever ate a tractor tire? That's what it tasted like. Watching you cook that was like watching 2 monkeys fuck a greased basketball.
Whatever, dude. I'm so pissed.
Anyways.
I would have eaten it.
Yeah, I'm sure you would have, because you would have. Because your strip mall's a damn food court. Anyways.
Oh my god.
Be serious.
I am
trying to make money. Okay. If you were going,
sponsor us.
If you were going on a
please Panda Express.
If you were going on a road trip to
what vehicle am I in?
You're in a rented 2008 gray Nissan Altima.
Ooh,
with
you had to do me like that
with tinted windows.
Oh, I'm getting pulled over in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, because the speakers are going to be bumping on that.
100%.
Okay, you're going
it's
to
smell like weed.
Let me answer my question. Let me finish my question. Damn it. You're going to Temecula, California.
That's a long way.
I don't give a shit. This is my story.
Okay.
You get to pick 1 drink, 1 candy bar, 1 bag of chips, 1 gummy snack. I hate that word. From a gas station. What are they?
Drink, I'm going. Hopefully we stop at a Twice Daily because I love Twice. I'm going Coke Zero. Mm-hmm. If they have a cherry Coke Zero, game over. Mm-hmm. Bag of chips. I'm getting some sort of low-fat something because I'm watching my weight, but probably baked Cheetos.
Okay.
Or full-fat purple Doritos.
Okay.
Then I'm not watching my weight.
Yep.
Candy, I'm going gummy worms.
Yep.
Just because I like the way they're shaped.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going...
This is the dumbest shit.
What was your other... Beef jerky, and I'm out.
Okay. Easy.
Yeah.
Okay. If you had a...
And I will I will eat a gas station hot dog.
Oh, hell, me too.
And I will ruin the cabin of that car for the rest of the ride.
I eat gas station
And
hot
I will
dogs.
blame it on the cows we're passing on the way to Temecula, California.
No.
Because if you're driving to the cows are farting and you can smell it, but it's not the cows, it's me.
I hate to tell you this. You're in the car by yourself.
Well, then I'm still blaming the cows.
Okay, phenomenal. Tell yourself that. Okay. There's this one bar that we frequent that's very cool, and you have one of your.
You're only 2 questions in, by the way.
I know I am.
Okay.
Damn it! You have a license plate that says the name of this bar.
Yeah, it does.
That dons the name of this bar. Dons. I don't know. Says the name of this bar. If you opened a bar, what would you name it?
Ooh, that's a great question.
I know, and these are coming from my beautiful brain.
Yeah, honestly, it's really good. I had to think about mine. Wow. This is a big deal because I would love to open a bar. I think I'm calling it Strip Mall Full of Food.
It's the dumbest shit
Yeah,
ever
it is.
said.
That was
Okay,
dumb.
next.
Let me
No,
think. Hold on.
no,
Can you
that
cut
was-
that
you
out?
locked that
Clip it or
We're
cut
not
it out.
cutting that.
I
You
don't
said
know.
it.
Oh, that's a big question. I don't know. Beers and burgers? Burgers and beers? Brats and burgers? Barbecue and beer? Those are 3 pretty good options right there.
No. Okay.
I'm actually calling it Nobody Asked for This. Anyways, just
Why don't you call it I don't
I'm
care?
embarrassing
So
myself.
somebody goes, where do you want to go? I don't care.
I'm barely fitting in my
Okay,
tux. I can't give a right answer.
If you
I'm
had to
sweating in the palms.
listen to me, if you had to drop everything that you did, if you had to writing songs, you could take Bella, obviously, and the dogs.
Thanks.
And you could move anywhere in the world. You don't have to have a job. You can just move anywhere in the world. Where would you go? I'll go first. Savannah, Georgia.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I really like Mexico. Just 'cause I'm a big Mexican food guy. Maybe Milledgeville, just get lost down there.
Yeah, you end up in the insane asylum.
I don't know. Here's the truth is I've been spending a lot of time in Minnesota lately. I love it up there.
Minnesota?
Minnesota, hey, bud.
Hey,
Holy
bud.
cripes, how are you doing?
You would move to Minnesota. You
I
could,
mean,
you could go to Positano.
I'd go there. I
You
don't
could
know.
go to
You're right.
Portugal.
You're right. You never mind.
You could
I
go
have my
to
answer.
The nether
I have my
regions of
answer.
North Korea, and you just said Minnesota. Not saying anything about
I'm
Minnesota.
going to Lefkada, Greece.
I don't even know what that means.
I know. It's a small little town in Greece called Lefkada where Belle and I, with her family, have had the best trip of all time. I'm going there. I'm getting lost. I'm riding around in a dinghy, and I'm teaching people how to catch fish, even though I don't know how to catch them.
I'm sure they know better than you. That's okay.
I'm sure they do, too. But the thing is, if you're a fishing guide and you come back and you can't catch fish, you can just go bad day. That's how I'm going to make my living.
Oh, I see what you're doing. You're
Mhm.
being a fishing guy. I thought you were just going to walk down the interstate and just be like, y'all know how to catch fish? And
There's
it's like,
no
well, yeah, they're in a boat.
interstates there.
Oh. I've never been to Greece.
Yeah, well.
Furthest, I mean, the only place I've ever been outside the country was
Under a Pontiac.
Nassau and Costa Rica, which I'd move to Costa Rica. Okay.
These are great questions.
I
man.
know they are, and they're coming straight
Yeah,
from
really
the heart.
Good, really good.
Okay, last question, and this one's going to be kind of serious.
Okay.
We're going to introduce Bella at some point on one of the episodes, and I'll just sit here and drink and watch y'all talk about, finances and dogs and the shape of, never mind. I don't know where I was going with that, but it was going to hell in a
Circle
handbasket.
square.
It was going real quick. When did you know you were going to marry Bella?
Right when we met.
Wow.
Honestly.
Is that true?
Swear to God it's true.
I've never met somebody that I've been like, I'm going to marry this person.
Really? Because we met not that long ago.
You'd be lucky. Luckiest man alive.
No, I swear I knew right away.
Uh-huh.
We started dating within 10 days of knowing each other.
Yep.
And I would have started dating her sooner if I hadn't gone out on the road for a weekend.
Wow.
We never broke up once. Been the 7 years we've been together now, and I don't think we ever will. But I swear I knew right away. And it's just because she's so funny.
She is funny.
She makes me laugh all the time.
She's a lot funnier than you.
A lot funnier than I am. I will disagree with you on a lot of stuff, but you're right about that. Actually, I will agree with you on everything.
I was about to say, I've known you for 3 years and you've never.
Those were good questions. This was fun.
This was fun. I mean, I think we're gonna pop this bottle of champagne, right?
I think we're gonna pop this bottle of champagne. And we're gonna pour a little bit, and we're gonna toast to our listeners and our future listeners.
Yes.
And it's going to be a fun journey.
And if you haven't, follow us on Instagram.
Yeah, please.
At Nobody Asked for This.
Nobody.asked.for.this
underscore
pod.
No, underscore pod. Not
pod.
the last dot. And then subscribe and follow and
DM us things you want us to talk about.
Yeah, we'll definitely we're gonna be very active on the social media, so we're gonna ask a lot of questions, and we'd love to take questions from y'all at some point.
We read every comment. We will read every comment.
We read every comment, and if they're bad, we're gonna send it to each other and either
reply,
cry about it, or not. Yeah. I'm starting tour in a week.
Wow!
So get your tickets, LoganCrosby.com. Watch. Make sure that when songs come out. Look at the songwriter credits, because some of your favorite songs have probably been written by this gentleman over here. You should have ironed your shirt before we started this.
Well, I didn't. You told me yesterday we were wearing tuxes, so
2 days ago.
Well, that's too soon.
Fine.
Anyways,
it's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had a great time. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Y'all definitely did not have as much fun as we did, but
I had a blast.
I
love you.
I mean, I love you too. I hadn't had this much fun since I graduated kindergarten. I mean, this was insanity.
Okay, let's pop this.
Okay, yeah.
Come on. Oh, there it goes. Oh, yep. Imagine I just ripped my tux, my wedding tux, on our first episode. Don't they call these flutes? I guess I play the flute to your first question.
All right. What is this? Chandon? Chandler? Who?
Come sponsor us.
All right, here we
We'll
go.
drink any champagne.
Ready?
But
this is a little bit of rosé.
Nobody asked for this.
Woo! Everybody clap in the room. We did it. Oh, shit. Shit, I've spilled this. Also, I like the candles you added.
Thanks.
I feel like I'm at a steakhouse, but a bad one.
Like at a county fair.
No, like a Logan's.
Cheers. I love you.
Love you too.
First episode. Nobody asked for this. Thanks for tuning in. Tell your mama we got a podcast. Bye.